Well,
right.
Right, honky. It's a pork Scotch fillet, and it's about 2.2 kilo. It'll lose about 30% of it. We've got a box of them. Have a look at it. Looks pretty good. The big bit of fat here I'll cut off. Most of the other fat can stay, but this big bit, the really big bit of fat, probably don't need to. Slippery as a butcher's dick, mate. I wonder why they say that. That'll go in the Kransky butts. Alright, so then it simply ends first. 1, 2, and then we're going to roll it. Now, we use as much salt as we have to, but we're not going to kill it. And then we're going to put it in here, just like that. And we're going to stack them up, not on their ends, on their side, and we'll show you that later. Alright, honky, so they're all salted and they're in. Now this is really important, is what we're going to do is you're going to pack them really tight with another 2 down the side, so that when the juice comes out it'll go about halfway. So they soak for 24 hours. After 12 hours we come out, we just put a tea towel over it. After 12 hours, come out, turn them 180 degrees. The most important bit about this that we've learned is this does 2 things. The blood comes out and fills right up, but the salt goes in as well, and that's most important over the next 24 hours. So it's cold, it's winter, there's no refrigeration or anything like that, so it's the right time of year. And next time you see this, it'll be full of brine, or half full of brine. So 24 hours later, you can see the blood, see the brine, and that's all squished in. And now we're going to be, looks like that. We're going to take them out, wash it with white wine, dry it very well with clean towels. We make it really dry. Then we put it in black pepper on the outside, not for flavour, just keeps the flies off, with grease-proof paper. You have to be careful which paper you use, through the tube. You'll see all that in a minute. That's so it goes on the PVC pipe. Right, so up it comes. Washing off the brine with a bit of wine, white wine. Okay, then we're over here and we're gonna put it in the towels, and we're rolling it to dry it. We want it as dry as we possibly can. It will lose about 30% of its volume the way we do it, but we want as much moisture out as possible. Everything we can get out now, so the towel will go into the little grooves and whatnot. So these are big. That's a big Scotch. It's about 2 kilos, and that'll go down to about 1.7. And the PV. Oh, hang on. You reckon that's done?
More? Or?
Yeah, dry.
Oh, because it's good.
Yep.
Then we need grab that one. Another tray.
Oh, yep. Everything is sanitised to within an inch of its life.
And we need some pepper out there.
So again, the pepper does give it good flavour, but it's only a little bit to keep the flies off. So not the flies ever touch it, to be honest. These guys are going to dry in. We've got it's hard to explain, but there's a lot of airflow here. So there's heaps of airflow, and we're actually going to be putting them in here. So it's dark, but it's got plenty of air coming through there. Alright, so now he's dabbed it in pepper. And a little bit like that, that's plenty. And this brand of stuff, Maltix Bake, what's it called? We've found out to be the best. So I don't think you have to do this wrap stuff, do you, really? It's just the way we do it. And what it does is it just holds it all in. It's sort of just another layer between, I don't know, possums or whatever, but this doesn't smell at all. It never smells of meat when it's curing. It just smells beautiful. So it's going to go in the pipe, which is big PVC pipe. Some of this paper might not go through because this is a real big bastard.
No, paper dripped already. Oh, that's alright.
Hang on. Well, it doesn't matter. If it rips, if it doesn't go on when it goes through. I'll pause it, mate. We look like amateurs. Wait. Okay, it's going. Righto, now shake it.
It's not moving. Oh, it is. Yeah, no, it is.
Here it is. Whoop. Righto. See how that cord's up there. When we buy them, you want to buy them as small as possible. That's our experience. But the scotch of the pig, like, just depends how big the pigs are. They're usually always a bit bigger than what we want. The main thing with the size is we want it to go through that tube easy. But anyway, it is what it is. And the big ones, they will shrink down a lot more if you let them. So he's going to tie that off into a loop, and that's that needs to be tied up there, a bit tighter. So we lost the greaseproof paper on this one. That's life.
Greaseproof paper.
Oh, whatever it's.
No, did you put it on here?
I don't know, whatever that stuff is.
No,
But
we put it on now.
Nah.
No, we didn't.
Nah, it goes on first.
Right.
And then, yeah, and then that's it. That'll just hang up, and that'll hang for, what's the hang time like? Depends on the year and how much
And they're right.
temperature, but when they're ready, they're ready. And that's a whole nother bloody saga. But we'll cure them quicker. And it just comes down to the squeeze test, really, doesn't it? When they're about right. The longer you leave it, the harder you get and the more meat you lose. So, oh yep, so we'll put rubber bands on it, whatever size that is, 87 by 6, because it just tends to hold the shape of it a bit. Probably go for 3. 1, 2, 3, just holds its shape. This is a big bastard too. And then this will then go and hang. Now in the first 24 hours that will drip a bit of blood, which is fine, but generally that's a hanging spot. It's actually going to go and live in here because this is darker. So you want dark airflow, whatever you do, no direct sunlight. But it doesn't smell. It smells beautiful. There's no odour or anything like that. And if they're dried out really well, they don't drop much blood at all. Bit there. And then that'll just dry and gently cure.